is part 2 to what if Deku had had Goku Black's abilities. So, we left it off with Goku refusing One for All, saying that it's borrowed power and that he doesn't need it. And he told All Might to pass it on to one of two people, either Kugo or Bakugo, as he walked off. Now, Deku's getting excited because he already knows what his 10 months of training is going to be like. Because him and his brother, they have decided to do something. As he would arrive home, and he would go upstairs after greeting his mother, of course, and he's like, brother, when are we going to do it? When are we going to do it? As Zamasu, who I forgot to mention, he has a form of super regeneration. I just thought that you guys would already know that he had one. I was about to throw shade at you in that one comment, but now, anyway, Zamasu is like, yes, now, as he would start saying, are you ready for our night? Because Zamasu and Deku, they're going to pass off their judgment to all the impure people of the night. So, Deku, he would sneak out at night with his brother Zamasu. I also forgot to mention that they can use their bioelectricity quirk as a means of flight. I just forgot to say. Deku and Zamasu, they wouldn't really fly because it would basically cause attention to themselves, so they would continue to walk. Deku, he would put himself into he put himself in a black hoodie, as Zamasu's, he's basically walk around in the same color. Now, they would arrive to see basically some people, I would say they randomly walked into one of All Might, not All Might, but they would walk into one of All For One's goons. And Shigaraki's there as well, as Zamasu would just look at them, and he's like, evildoers. As he will look over at the Nomu. This is Shigaraki transferring the Nomu. As Deku would be like, that thing looks strong. As he would rush towards it instantly, basically disappearing from everyone's eyes and punching the Nomu in the face. A shockwave would be, released, or air pressure would be released from the punch, as the Nomu just stood there and tanked it. So Deku's like, interesting. Now, Shigaraki's like, this kid, he's fast, and he's also strong. Does that mean he's the one? As Shigaraki would be like, alright, Kirigiri. Not Kirigiri, but he would alright, Nomu, get rid of this kid. As Nomu would swing at Deku, and Deku, he wouldn't even attempt to dodge it because he's gonna get stronger from the hit. So he gets hit, sunk into a wall. He doesn't go through the building, but he hits the wall. It would create a crater. And the Nomu would rush towards him, continuously throwing punches at him while he's stuck on the wall until he breaks through the wall. So after Shigaraki thinks that he is dead, he would rush over towards Zamasu, as he would basically start to disintegrate him. Zamasu, not showing any sign of pain, he would be like, pathetic, as he would kick Shigaraki off of him. That's when Zamasu's hand would start to regenerate. Growing back as if it was a lizard's tail, or I'm pretty sure or gecko's tail, I really don't know, but it's just growing back. As Zamasu's like, alright, I'll kill you both now. As he would start launching ki blasts at Shigaraki and Kurogiri, and the other person who was transferring the Nomu. Now, the Nomu, thinking that he's dead, what's his name? Shigaraki would tell the Nomu to kill Zamasu, which it would rush at Zamasu before getting kicked in this, basically, I would say its side, near its kidneys, and it would fly, basically, towards the floor. Actually, no, it has shock absorption. I don't know what I'm talking about. But it would basically, he would be able to push the Nomu back a little bit, but it still has shock absorption. Sorry, this is annoying. You keep talking, I'm gonna hurt you. If you guys watch anime raps or listen to them, you guys should go check out Daddy Fat Snaps. I'm pretty sure that's his name. You should go look at his Bakugo rap. That shit's clean. Now, anyway, It's Bakugo rap. And anyway, so Deku, after kicking the no move, Shigaraki's like, what? And he was like, was the kid holding back before? Or is he just, I don't really know. As he's like, come on, Nomu, this time kill him. As the Nomu rushed back to Deku, and Deku, he got a strength boost, I would say. But Deku's as strong as 100% of injured All Might now. So if All Might and Deku fought, they would pretty much be on par, other than All Might having experience, so he might be able to win, but Deku would be able to shoot his little bioelectricity balls, but whatever. Now, Deku, he's basically throwing hands with a Nomu, as they're starting to alert the heroes nearby. As Deku, he's like, wow, pathetic. As he would punch the uppercut the Nomu, sending it flying upwards. That's when Deku, he would rush at the Nomu by jumping up into the air, and he would continuously kick it up or higher and higher and higher, and this is where Zamasu's like, that fucking idiot. He's drawing too much attention. As Deku would basically, he would start charging up a bioelectricity ball, which I'm just going to call Black Kamehameha, as he's basically right in front of it. And he would launch a Kamehameha. It would basically disintegrate the Nomu. That's how big it was. It also hits Zamasu, and Kirigiri and Shigaraki just barely managed to escape that. So, yeah. Deku kills the Nomu, and he basically floats back down to the ground to see that he's caused a lot of mayhem, and he also hit his brother, which Zamasu basically just starts to regenerate. He's like, come on, Midoriya. Please stop. Well, don't rush into things. As he finishes his regeneration process. As Deku's like, sorry, I just got too excited there. Now, are we gonna do more? As Zamasu's like, I'm pretty sure that's enough, because you already brought too much attention to ourselves. And Deku would be like, okay. As Deku's like, well, whatever. Anyway, so, is this gonna be our training for the UA entrance exams? And that's when Shigaraki's like, entrance exam? Because I wouldn't say he teleported all the way. I'd say he would be on a building nearby. And he's like, I'm gonna kill those kids. As, yeah. Now, Deku and Zamasu, they would basically just be anti-heroes, because they've been killing a lot of villains. Deku got that blood on his hands. He got a lot more than Zamasu. And they promised that they would stop killing when they became UA students. Now, it is time for the entrance exam. Over the 10 months, basically, I would say Baki will get one for all, because I have a plan for Kugo. I have a plan for him. So over the 10 months, Bakugo, he has been training with All Might, as All Might took the ladder of the better one instead of the weaker one, but who had the better personality for it. So yeah. Now, Deku's walking the entrance exam with Zamasu as he bumps a girl, and he's like, sorry, as he wouldn't even attempt to pick her up, and she's like, dick, as he would walk past. Now, Deku, he would arrive into the UA entrance exam. He would look around frantically just because there's so many people here. He wonders which one of them is strong. As he would be told to sit down to Ida, and Deku would be like, huh? You tell me what to do? As he'd be like, why don't we settle this outside, scum? As Ida's like, ruffian. As President Mike is like, please refrain from talking or arguing, or I'll kick you both out. And Deku's like, as he sits down. President Mike explains and they do the test, which Deku, he would pass, because Zamasu forced him to do, or Zamasu forced him to study, basically. But yeah, just barely. Now, Deku, it is time for the robot exam. I don't know what it's called, so I'm just going to call it robot exam. Now, they are basically standing there, getting ready. Now, Deku, he's basically stretching and stretching, and he basically sees something. It catches his eye as he tries to walk towards it, and he's stopped by Ida. As he's like, don't mess with that girl. Deku's like, what? What are you talking about? I have no interest in that female. And Ida's like, why did you say it like that? Are you gay? As Deku's like, oh, no, of course not. And he's like, but you are in my way. And if you continue to be there, as Deku would look down at Ida's engine legs, he'd be like, I'll bend your engines. As Ida's like, damn ruffian. As Deku's like, I'll do a lot more than that too. As he's getting up in Ida's face. As President Mako yelled, go, Deku would basically rush past Ida, and he'd be like, haha, sucker. As he would basically start to destroy robots. Zamasu was moved to a different place because he was actually, well, they're brothers, they're related, and the teachers didn't want them to help each other. So, yeah. Deku, he's basically... okay, that really hurt. But anyway, Deku, he's launching Q Blast, not Q Blast, but yeah, Energy Blast around as he's basically levitating off the floor. He is basically just levitating and he's scooting around the floor as he's shooting multiple Ki Blasts like he's a freaking machine gun. So it looks like he's basically dancing on the ground, but it's not really that. So Deku racks up a bunch of points at the start. Then the 0-pointer happens. Deku would look at the 0-pointer, and then he would look down because he did hear someone scream. So Deku was like, huh. As he would rush towards the 0-pointer, and the 0-pointer would basically put his hand down as Deku, he's hit by the hand, sending him falling back down to the ground. Because Deku, he isn't the type of person who would avoid pain. If it makes him stronger, then fuck, I'll enjoy it like a motherfucker. Now, Deku, he would basically jump out of the crater. He's like, alright, that's enough. As the robot would try to hit him. And Deku, he would basically create a black and purple blade from the energy that he's emitting from his body. Which then he would basically slice the robot's hand off. Or slice a little bit, or just slice through it. As Deku's rushing towards the head of the robot, or the basically 0-pointer. Now Deku, he basically says, alright, send your regards in robot heaven, as he would shoot a Ki Blast that basically disintegrates to Nomu. Now, oh my god, I don't know why I keep saying Nomu. Sorry, I have an idea from one of my other what ifs, and I can't stop. Now, he disintegrates the 0-pointer. So, yeah. Deku would land back on the ground. As he would look over towards the girl, he's like, haven't I seen you somewhere before? As she's like, huh? As Deku would basically walk over, grabbing her by her wrist, and kicking the rocks off of her. He's like, oh yeah, you're the one I bumped into on the entrance, or walking into the entrance. You should really watch where you're going. As he's like, are you serious? You make absolutely no sense, as she's trying to argue with him, and he just puts her down. He's like, whatever, as he'd walk away. Now, Deku, he would start to look around, because he really didn't notice that Kugo was there. So he's like, huh, so All Might must have picked Bakugo. As Deku's like, whatever. If Bakugo gets stronger, then that means that I will get stronger. And I can't basically be surpassed by this dweeb. So it's time for me to get to start getting my ass beat. And thus, Deku will get his ass beat by Zamasu, shooting multiple Ki Blasts at him for an entire week until they get their letter of acceptance. Deku make it into Class 1A, as Zamasu would also make it into Class 1A, because you cannot diss Zamasu like that. Zamasu is one of the highest characters in Dragon Ball. He is a god. He will spread his wisdom throughout the universe. He will continue the Zero Mortal Plan. Anyway, yeah, so they get into Class 1A. As Baka would immediately see Deku, and he's like, that bastard got in. As he would sit down. And Deku would be greeted by Uraraka. She says, alright, we started off on the wrong foot yesterday. And he's like, huh, you think so? And she's like, I really hate you. And Deku's like, oh, okay. Well, that sucks. And she's like, I'm sorry, and thank you for saving me. As she basically bows. And Deku, like, you know how, Japanese people, they put their heads down when they say sorry or thank you or something? I don't really know, but yeah. Deku's like, huh? Oh. Alright. I mean, Deku would start going through his 10 months of training, as he would see that there were a lot of people that he saved. So Deku's like, you're the first person I saved. It's lying through the skin of his teeth, or basically lying through he's just lying through his teeth right now. So then Aizawa would wake up, he would say shut the fuck up, and get the fuck ready. And they would get outside. They would basically, in the locker room, Mineta would still try to peek at them. And Deku's like, huh. As Zamasu would walk behind him, basically Deku and Zamasu would walk behind him, as he would see two shadows looming over him. As he would turn around, and Deku and Zamasu in unison would kick Mineta basically out of the door of the, they would kick him out of the door of the locker room. So Deku's like, disgusting. Such an impure. Ugh. Someone like him wants to be a hero. And Zamasu's like, agreed. As they're getting ready to, they start continuing. Basically, they start to now change their clothes. So they would look at Deku and they're like, he's toned. And you would look at Zamasu and he's like, alright. Much to be desired. But they'd be like, you guys are always together, so what are you? As Deku's like, as he would begin to hug on Zamasu, he's like, this is my little brother. As Zamasu's like, as he punches Deku, and actually, I'm gonna say that he elbows Deku in his stomach, turning around to punch him straight in his balls. As Deku is basically on his knees, and he's like, alright, as Zamasu starts dusting his hand off. He's like, I'm the older brother, and I'm also the most responsible brother out of the two of us, I would say. And Deku was like, that was a shit move. No nut shots. As Deku would basically get up. And he would finish changing as Aizawa would walk in the room and say, if you don't get out of here, I'm kicking all of you niggas out. We're gonna be doing basically a pure women hero course if you don't get the hell out of here. And they would basically rush out. Now, Deku would be up to throw the ball because you know he got first place. And he would throw it as he would enhance it with his, actually no. He would just throw it with his physical strength, which is as strong as All Might's One for All. So I really don't know how All Might creates air pressure with his punches, but I'm just going to say that Deku was able to do that. So Deku would throw the ball, and a shockwave is sounded. People will basically be blown back from this. Deku does not have One for All because Bakugo does. And now they're like, what the hell? As Deku's like, huh, alright. As he would turn around, he was like, I guess that's it then. As he would walk away. Leaving Zamasu up to throw next because he got second place. They put him in second place because he tied with Deku. And Deku, he got hero points, so they put him in first place. So, Zamasu, he would throw the ball, as it wouldn't go that far, but he would basically just shoot a ki blast, which would guide the ball basically out. You know how Yamcha uses his ki to guide the ball? Basically, yeah, Deku does that. Not Deku, but Zamasu does that with the ball, leading it as far as he can before he drops it. So he passes, and people start doing this. Now, it is the run, as Deku would basically win that by blitzing past everyone. Zamasu doesn't really have a quirk that could keep him on par with Deku, but I'm pretty sure I said he has an enhancement. So, yeah. He would have some sort of super speed and some sort of super strength, as Deku is basically running through the challenges, winning all of them. Zamasu close behind in second place, except the speed run, because Ida would get second place in that one. But yeah. So Deku, he at the top of the class, and yeah, so Todoroki sees him as someone that he needs to surpass. Now, Deku, he would basically walk away, as he is now getting ready. He's now getting ready for the heroes versus villains, which I will get into that the next part. Thank you for watching my videos, and yeah, I have a lot of videos I'm going to be posting today, because I have a lot of creativity, and I enjoy making videos. So, if you want a part 2 to this, you guys gotta hit 50 likes, like usual, and goodbye.